Hey everyone, just wanted to touch up and come back to the event of Trial of Thorns, specifically Trumpeter. Now, I did say last time that this is a very challenging Trial of Thorns, but is very easy just to get the rank for it, just to get the level 40. Now, the effects setup I have is as stated here, but it's going to kind of switch out back and forth due to these specific traits. Now for these traits is that it decreases damage depending on what it is, psychokinesis, nuclear, and fire, knife, etc. by 80%. Now by doing this, I think any sweeper can probably tackle this, specifically this team right here. But today I am going to go through every sweeper that you can get your hands on, just to clear out this this event. Again, it's actually very doable to do in rank 40, but specifically I have a very fun team that I love using, which it probably some people used when this event came first, which was which was the Fox team. This right here, this team is extremely just kind of stupid. Well, this is the last team I'm gonna get to, but first I'm gonna go to every DPS that we can get our hands to. Probably not rank 4 closer, because she's a rank 4. It's her damage scaling is a little way lesser. It's possible, but I would prefer the 5 stars DPSs that we have, or excuse me, sweepers. So first and foremost, I'm going to start off with a team of Joker, and I'll be right back to form a team. Okay, so this is the team I'm going to go with Joker. I think this is actually pretty well. We do have Mona as the healer for this team. I still recommend having at least a guardian or a support healer on the team. For the chat personas we're going to be using Dionysus, Neon, and then Sabathun. I still think Sabathun is probably great persona to have, just even on standby if they're not being used, just for that extra layer of defense for the team. If you do not have Neon, I think Alice is a great substitute. If not, you can use Cert as well. Norn is also a good Guardian's persona, just because of if you proc this skill 1, anyone who hits you is going to be inflicted with Windswept, which is decreasing their defense for the next turn, which is, again, going to be very good in some instances. But I think this team here is pretty much a good way to go at it. Of course, you can probably substitute if you don't have Turbo for Ren. No, not Ren. Yeah, if you have her, the curse yelling from the opening, what was it, 1.0 of the game. If you have her, or possibly, let's see, I would say you can probably add Cord here, but I probably wouldn't. Me personally, I probably won't add Cord, because I think this team with turbos are probably like good enough just for the ult build for Joker. But other than that, let us start. So yet again, how this phase works, well, not phase, this boss works, is that you will have to face 3 waves in total. First wave is going to be the 4 riders at their, just max, just standard, right? Once you go to your second phase, you're going to be facing the riders again, but this time they're going to be a lot more weaker than normal, so they're going to be taking a lot more damage than usual. And then after that phase is the third phase, which is the weakest phase of all, Trumpeter. He still can do damage, but he is extremely just vulnerable. So let's start off. So skill 1 for Turbo, and then we're going to use, let's inflict Windswept on you. Now in cases like this, I would probably say Red Rider is probably a good choice, but we can always just avoid trying to touch him as best we can. But even when he does proc it, you're gonna get hit regardless because you're using a sweeper. But if you manage to do enough build up, you should be fine. Alright, he procs his counter. Okay. Now let's do this. Futaba, skill 1. And then we will use Turbo's passive to do skill 2 to do skill 3. And then for Mona, we will heal. For Wonder, we will most likely switch to Neon and use Sonic Interference. And then Joker, we should be able to proc his skill. Nah, I'm not gonna skill. I think we should be able to proc his passive when we use skill 1 again, but I'm not entirely sure. We should be able to. No, we do not proc it. Nah. Okay, I was hoping we could. Never mind, we did. Alright, cool. Now we can use skill 3. This should kill everyone because they have debuffs inflicted onto them. This should kill everyone. Yes, it did. Nice. Now we're into phase 2. The riders again, but this time they're a lot more weaker than normal. Let us use Mona's Windswept once more, but this time we're going to use Red Rider. And then we are going to switch back over and let's do Revolution instead. And then Joker, let's use skill 1 once more so we can actually proc our extra action into skill 3. Oh, Futaba's active. Alright, let's do skill 1 again. Let's do that. Decreases everyone's defense. And then we will use skill 3. This should kill. Ooh. Okay, no, it did kill. Alright, cool. Let's see. Let's actually buff ourselves before even attacking him. Because he's literally on the verge of death anyways. He's half HP. Let's probably skill 2 to skill 3. Then for Mona, we're gonna inflict Windswept this time. Lower his defense. And then me, let's go back to Rebellion. Let's actually just like fully just wail on him. Hey, this will be funny. And then Gun. Alrighty. Now let's move on to the second fight, shall we? Okay, so for the next team, it's going to be Panther. It's going to be a Panther-based team. I'm going to be using Throne, Neon Steel, Savathun, but this time I'm going to be using the Purgatory Blade. It's just for the sole purpose of proccing Burn onto the opponent as we play here. We're just going to be proccing this a lot because we're going to need it eventually. Because On is able to do like a lot more damage for she doing technical once we do have this procced. Skill 3, let's do skill 1 for On. Okay. Alright, skill 1 for Taba. Let's do that. And then let's go to Neon for Sonic Interference. And then we do live next rotation. We should be able to do Devoted Guard. Let's do Compassion Cure on everyone. Let's do this. And then let's use skill 3, Falling Sun. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Look at that big old crit. Look at that. And they burn. Look at that. Nice. Alright. Now on to second phase. Let us use Devoted Guard. Just for the extra layer of protection. And then we're going to use skill 1 for Mio. And then we're going to do this. Skill 1. No, skill 2, excuse me. for me, the healing going. Alright, then skill 1 for Panther, once more. And then we'll activate Blame on Mew with Throw. Okay, we're good. Nice. Alright, cool. Let us do this. Let's go, like I said before, Purifying Flames onto Mew. And then we are going to do skill 3. We should be able to inflict burn to someone else. I think it was Red Rider I saw. Was it Red Rider? No, it wasn't. I could be wrong. I might be very wrong. Alright, Futaba, skill 3. Let's do that. Panther. Even though it's going to share with everyone else. Let's do skill 3. Get a full heal. And then let's cast our ult. Or should I say highlight? Before we use our skill 3. And then we do skill 3. Nice. Alright, cool. Now we're just left with Trumpeter. Pretty simple, straightforward. Let's do Sonic Interference, which decreases defense. Skill 1. Oh, let's go on skill 2 actually. And then let's, why not, skill 1. Just get rid of him as fast as possible. And then for the killing blow, it should be skill 2 on. There we go. That is on team done. Let's move on to the next team. Okay, so for the next team, I'm going to use Haru. This is the team I built up. I have with Seaside Tomoko and then Cord. For our build, I'm going to be using Compass and then Dionysus. I'm going to not really use Kiryu. I'm just going to use him for his passive. Strictly for his passive. Honestly, nah, let's not use Kiryu. Should we use Shiva? We could use Shiva. Yeah, let's use Shiva. If not, probably Neon's probably better for you guys. But we're gonna use Shiva for now, just for the additional, just debuff for psychokinesis due to his passive. When he builds up, what, 3 traits? What was it? 3. What was it exactly? Wisdom. There you go. 3 wisdoms. And we can just proc a debuff to everyone else. This is pretty much a team I would probably go with. If not, Yumi's probably a good choice of a Navi, but I still would probably use Futaba depending on your awareness to where I can't recall what exact awareness is, to where you can just live from a death. Like she'll put you at 1 HP, but she'll give you an overshield. Pretty neat for a just a backup. Let's start this, shall we? We are going to use Cord's highlight before we do anything, just to get that gauge filled up faster. Let us use Rebellion on a Haru. And then let us use skill 2 from Tomoko. And then Cord, we will use our, let's see. Let's use skill 1 instead, before we use our skill 3. Alright, now we'll use skill 3 on Haru. Now for this next phase, it's going to be extremely, just butter clear. I said butter clear. It's gonna be just very cookie cutter. This is a very cookie cutter team, in my opinion. Pretty straightforward, depending on the build and whatnot, and the awareness of what you guys have them for. We're gonna use skill 1 for Futaba, and then we are going to move out, and we're gonna cast Revolution this time. Now, if your HP is probably low, Devoted Guard is probably the safest option for you, but we are not gonna do that. Well, for me specifically, I'm not gonna do that. Because I should be able to heal once I procced Cord's third skill with Haru's ult. It should. Never mind, it did not. Alright, we will do this. We're gonna do skill. We're gonna do Haru's highlight. Probably because I killed them all. Oh, there you go. There's the hill. And then we are going to gun. Already to the last and final phase. Nice. Alright. Then let's use Shiva. Dumping all the wisdom traits, the wisdom stuff we picked up. Let's go to Union Notes, skill 2 onto Haru to reproc the buffs from Cord. And then Cord kills. No, not Cord. Haru kills. When it comes to fighting these types, be sure to have these special effects the opposite of what the team is. So for this one specifically, this one is decreasing fire, ice, and wind. Make sure you have this one proc besides the one next to it, because that only decreases Nuke, Bless, Curse, and Psycho. So other than that, let's move on to the next team. Okay, so for this team, nothing too crazy changed. I decided to change Cord for Tempest. And then Haru, we're going to be showing Motaha. For our build, we're going to use Glimmer, and then we're going to use we're going to be using Dominion. Now, if you don't have Dominion, I probably still would focus on Dionysus. If not, where is it? I would probably use another buffer. Where is he? It's one of the what are they called? It's the where is he exactly? I really can't. I know faces, no, not names. Where is he? There he is. Oh, the Kutins. That's what they were. Alright. But other than that, Dominion, Dionysus is still probably good. I'm only using Dominion just for the typing. But if he dies, don't have him really, like, best to ability maxed. Not just maxed out. Just at least some good traits to him. Don't worry about it. Just use Dionysus. Dionysus, it's still a very good pair. But nah, let's use Dionysus for this fight as well. Other than that, yeah, this is the team I'm going to go for. It's using Cord. Cord is still probably a good choice, but I want to be kind of versatile on how these teams are. So, pretty much nothing too crazy like we did last time. But for this one, we're going to use Dionysus first on skill 2, and we're going to put it to Mota. Not Mota. What? Oh my god. No, it's Mota. I'm stupid. Mota. Alright, let's see. Tempest, we'll be using skill 3 onto Motaha. And then Motaha, we're going to be using our skill 3 as well, just to proc our passive. Alrighty. We're probably going to be using Devoted Guard this next turn. I think that's probably the safe bet. Oh! Oh yeah. 100%. Alright, so Futaba, skill 1, and then we'll be using Devoted Guard our end. And then we should be using skill 3? Yeah, we are using skill 3. We're taking a hit though. Ooh. Okay. Then for Tempest, we're gonna be using skill 2 onto Malta. And then for Tomago, we're just gonna use our skill 1. Now hopefully we can probably get a full heal on our end. close to a full heal. Close. Okay, but still gonna do damage though. And a crit. That's not good. And it's the same person. That's not good. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, she died. That's not good. Alright, let's do this. Let's do skill interference. And let's heal best I can. Skill 2 on the Mota. Yeah, our healing is just terrible. Skill 3. Okay. Let's use Sabathun and let's use our highlight instead. Look at that defense. I'm gonna use Rebellion onto Motaha. Let's heal once more. At least have some layer of support on us. So we are going to need it. Even if we do just reset the run. Let's see. Skill 2. And then let's do skill 3 yet again. Okay. Counter stances above. Yay. Ooh. Okay. Alright, now let us use Sonic Interference. This good. We're gonna use skill 2. Skill 2. Yet again. Just for the heal. Skill 3 on Tibis, onto Motaha, and then Motaha should be able to use her skill 1. Because we still have the passive rocked. No, it did not kill. Oh no. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. We're just primary focusing here. That's not fun. Oh. Okay. Let's do Devoted Guard this time. We're still going to back up the heal, even though our healing's been nerfed. Skill 2 for Tempest, and then we're gonna use skill 3. Oh. Alright, cool. We're good. Mutaba, skill 2. And then we should be able to kill here. Let's use Sonic Interference. Still watch our backs to heal. Skill 3. We have our passive, so we're going to use a skill 2 for this. Let us use... Let's use Tempest Highlight onto Mota, and then we can use Mota's... Yeah, let's do skill 3. There you go. That was actually very nerve-wracking and scary. But, alright, let's move on to the next team. Okay, so for this fight, I'm going to be using Yao Ling to those who have her. Now, I think this is the best setup you can use for her. We're not going to use a healer this time, we're going to use Cherish, which is actually a very good guardian for everyone. He's not really he's not needed to be picked up, but just for the extra line of coverage, if your team is lacking on the defensive wise, which is on some events like this, for like the full like 58 level or something else a little bit more. Cherish is a very good defensive unit. So if you do see him, oh my god, he's gone. If you do see him, like as in right now, this is current update, I would say acquiring this character is probably a best choose. Like out of any rerun banner, he's actually kind of worth the pulling. But we're gonna be using this team, same identical as the one previously. So let us get into it. So this team is kind of almost identical to the one I've used before for the level 58s, besides just changing Mew for the twins. After this fight, we're going to be showing what the twins can do, and then on top of that, I'm going to show you what I think the best ideal team to run this fight. In the best part, you do not have to lift a finger at all. Ooh, hold on. Actually, let's go back. I need to change one certain persona. Okay, we're back. I wanted Throne instead of Dionysus, just so we are able to go enact first. Let's do you. Let's put that on you, and then Cherish. Let's go. Hurry onto, yeah, let's use Yelling instead. Mew, skill 1. And then for Yelling, let's do skill 1 to increase our slash. Alright, counter stance. Cool. Dava, we're gonna use her skill 1 to decrease the defense of everyone and also apply a shield. Next, we are going to Neon and do Sonic Interference. Cherish, we are going to be casting that to, let's do Yowling. On top of that, we'll get the attack buff. And then we'll use skill 3 for Mew to lower the defense and damage taken. And then we will be popping Yowling's skill 3 into melee to trigger a technical slash that should kill everyone. Yep, as expected. Next, we are going to go back all the way over, and then we're going to do Purified Flames onto Mew once more. Basically, just reset. Basically, we're just redoing what we did for the beginning of the fight. Skill 1. And then Yowling, we can go immediately this time. If not, you probably will have to proc skill 1 to skill 3 again. Let's use Youngling's ult for highlight. I need to stop saying ult. It's the same thing, but it's just specific for highlight. Ooh. Alright. Let's move to let's go Rebellion instead. Because this should kill. This phase should kill. Skill 1 onto Yowling. And then we are going to use, let's use skill 1. And then we use skill 3 from Mew. Well, that took a long time to, cool. We use skill 3. Already. I got one more guy left, and it's Trumpeter. Let's use Sonic Interference. Skill 3 onto the team, and then skill 1, and then slash. Alrighty. Next, we're going to do the twins. Okay, so for the twins, this is the team line I'm going to be using. Cord, Cherish, And then I'm switching Throne with Dionysus. But the blade is going to be EX Machina, just to increase the stats of our entire party. We're going to be abusing the twins passive to attack almighty damage to everyone on the field. On top of that, using the twins highlight to attack all enemies with Cord. So we're going to proc Cord's highlight to increase the damage of the entire team, and on top of that, the gauge of the highlight. Cherish, we're going to use skill 3. And then for us, we're going to use Rebellion before we do anything. Cord, we're going to use skill 3 immediately on the twins. And we're just gonna... We're gonna use our skill 1. Our first ult. Just to increase the damage. Because I highly doubt our ult is going to kill. Like, one everything. I lied. Alright. Normally, when you don't have C6 twins, you'll have to build it up eventually. But I think it's best to immediately proc your passive before attacking at all. So proc your passive until where your next turn, you're able just to nuke everyone on the field and you'll be fine. Let's do this. We're going to use skill 1. Futaba, we're going to use skill 1 as well to lower the defense of everyone. And then we are going to use skill... Let's do it on the twins. Just to get the attack buff. Next is Sonic Interference. And then for the twins, we are going to use the second highlight. And now it's only the Trumpeter. Quite simple. Now, that could be... that's technically an auto run for me, but it could be a challenge for some people. But here's a team that I love the most where anyone can run. Anyone. Now this team, the myth, the legend, Fox. Oh, he's gone. Fox. This is honestly one of the dumbest yet funnest teams I've ever run on this fight. I think, like I said before, anyone can run this team. Anyone. If you have these characters, I mean, of course you're gonna have Yumiki. If you have Yumiki, of course. But if you have Fox and Cherish, you are set. This is literally the best run you can have of a team. Now, we're gonna be using nothing but purely buffs and defense. We're gonna be using all in, and then we're gonna be using Guardian of Shadow, Guardian Personas. I was gonna say Shadows. Oh god. All right, so we're gonna use King Frost, Nord, and then Sempithun. I would probably maybe change if you don't have King Frost. You can use, where is this, Mirith? Wait, what's his name? Myrith? How do you pronounce the name? Mithras. We use Mithras just to increase the party's defense, which is honestly still a good choice if you do not have King Frost. Again, it all also depends on the passives you have. I think he already comes with a good passives when you do level him up, damage reduction, increase HP, defense, ice reduction. Agility Master, I think I just slapped that on him just so I can have at least some sort of advantage of speed, but clearly I do not. Other than that, this is a team, again, this is one of the best teams to run on this event for a level 40 badge. The reason why I say this is that if you have everyone build up, you know, just fairly build up, for my Cherish, it's Trust and Prosperity. Fox, of course, you're going to be using his original just pulance and then grow skill. Not skill, but card set. Yuki, departure and control is what I have her on. And then for us, like I said, the personas. All you have to do is do nothing for this fight. Completely nothing. Don't believe me? Top right corner. I will be right back. Sorry, dozed off. What happened? Oh, we finished. Yeah, this is literally one of the funnest teams to run in this fight. You literally just sit back and do nothing. Again, when doing these fights, depending on what typing of teams you're using, be sure to simultaneously flick this back on and off. If you're using fire, turn this on. If you're using curse, turn this on. Just so you can avoid the 80% damage reduction towards enemies. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Overall, out of every DPS you can use, I think Haru and Fox. No, I mean the twins, Haru and Fox, is probably my favorite ones to use, just to go level 40. But I think Fox is probably pretty much the easiest, safest choice to use. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it.